We're still in lockdown, so today we're back in my garden. Now, last week I had so many questions about my home golf setup, where different items were from, if I would recommend them, so today I'm going to do a full review of my home golf practice setup. Okay, first up I've got the FORB Pro pop-up golf net. Now, honestly I was a bit worried about this when I first saw it because I've never used a net with no sides on it before, and I did think my neighbours might get some stray golf balls in their gardens. But I have to say, once it's up, first up, this is quite a big hitting area, so you don't really need to worry about stray shots, and also because there's no sides, you end up stood a lot nearer to it than you would with a traditional cage, so therefore if you do hit the dreaded shank, it should still catch it. Now, unlike my last net, this was really easy to set up. It literally took like 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Clearly I'm not the tallest, so I did need a chair to hook the top of the net on, but other than that, really it was a very simple build. I would say initially from looking at pictures of this online before it arrived, it doesn't necessarily look that sturdy, so I've been really surprised when I tested this out because it is super robust. This normally comes with pegs to kind of attach it into the turf. Obviously I'm on a patio here, so I couldn't use that, so I've just put some stones down to weigh it down instead, but I've left this out all night. I live on top of a hill, it can get very windy, and literally it's never looked like moving once. I've also hit a lot of golf balls into this already, and I've also got my brother to hit some shots in here. He has a bit faster clubhead speed than me, and even with his ball speeds with the driver, it's still holding, so I think unless you're going at it like Bryson, you should be good. I would say probably the biggest advantage is because it doesn't have sides, it is a very slim build. It's not that deep even with the stand at the back, so if you don't have much space, it's really a big advantage, and also because there's no sides, you can bring the mat nearer. Also because it goes up and down so easily, you really could feasibly pack this away after every time you've used it, and it just goes away into a little stow bag, so you can put this in the garage or in the shed. It really doesn't take up much room at all. Okay, next up we have the FORB Ultra All Winter Golf Mat. You can actually get a rubber base for this, but because I've already got AstroTurf down, I didn't really think that was necessary. This is quite an expensive mat, but it's really high quality hitting service, and I really like the fact that it's slightly longer turf than other models, so the club doesn't bounce off the ground as much and you don't get that really matty strikes that you can get from some really short flat mats. I also love the fact that you can just put a T-peg in anywhere, so you're not really constrained to where you put the driver. This is quite important for me because I'm using it with the GC2, that the ball needs to be in a certain position for the launch monitor to pick it up, so I'm not constrained and having to kind of move the launch monitor around all the time. This is also a really good weight. My previous mat was a bit lighter and it had a tendency to slide around a bit, which wasn't great if you'd already kind of calibrated to your launch monitor in a certain place. So this is a lot more stable and secure. Obviously you also have that advantage that there isn't a clear back or front to this, so if you did use this a lot and wear it out, you would just be able to rotate it and use it again. So I think that is a really big advantage.